They told you NASA was about space exploration, science, satellites, and the dream of the stars. But that's the surface story. Because once you start looking, really looking, you'll see the fingerprints of something older, something occult. Let's start with the logo. Most people recognize it instantly. The blue sphere, the red swoosh, the white stars, the bold black letters, NASA. Simple, right? Wrong. We all know there's symbology encoded in logos. And it's one of the most carefully coded logos in modern history. So let's break it down. First, the blue sphere. It's not just Earth, it's the celestial sphere. An ancient occult concept dating back to Hermetic cosmology and the mystery schools. It represents the dome of fixed stars that encircle the soul's prison. A container, a simulation, a veil. Then there's the red swoosh. NASA calls it a vector, a stylized representation of aeronautics. But anyone trained in symbology sees it immediately. It's the forked tongue of the serpent, the sigil of deception. It forms a serpentine arc, the path of the trickster. It echoes the ancient god Hermes, Mercury, the messenger, the one who crosses between worlds, who lies with charm, who speaks in riddles. In alchemy, the serpent is a symbol of transformation, but also illusion. This red vector appears in the logos of multiple aerospace and defense agencies worldwide. Now look closer. The vector pierces the A in NASA. A is a pyramid, a capstone, and the vector is the initiating force, the serpent's path through the gate of hidden knowledge. This is esoteric architecture designed to speak in symbols to those who know how to read. Now let's talk about the stars. Just a few sprinkled white dots, but their placement is intentional. They reflect navigation, astrology, and ancient maritime occultism. Because before we mapped the globe, we mapped the heavens. And in the elite priesthoods, to control the sky is to control the mind. Now ask yourself, why would a government agency devoted to space name itself after a god of destruction? Because that's what NASA sounds like in Hebrew. Nasha. It means to deceive, to beguile, to lead astray. Genesis chapter 3, verse 13. The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. NASA is the mouthpiece of that serpent. Since its founding in 1958 on the heels of Operation Paperclip, it's been a theater, not of exploration, but of manipulation. Rocket science, borrowed from Nazi occultists. Werner von Braun, a former Nazi officer, became the face of America's space dream. They didn't just bring his science, they brought his rituals, because what is a rocket launch, really? A modern-day obelisk, a phallic symbol ignited with fire, piercing the heavens in a mockery of the ancient rite of ascension. A technological mimicry of the ancient Egyptian resurrection myth. Osiris reborn, launching skyward only to be consumed by the void. Every launch is a ceremony, every countdown a spell. And what do they always say? Liftoff. Escape velocity, breaking the firmament. But what are they really trying to escape? Earth or judgment? The truth is, NASA was never about going to space. It was about controlling the narrative of space. Replacing the divine order with mathematical abstraction. Replacing the living heavens with the cold, dead void. A globe hurling through nothing. Soulless, meaningless, accidental, and us just specks of dust. But that's the lie. Because the ancient sky was alive. It sang. It moved with rhythm. It reflected the soul. They inverted it. They gave us CGI instead of stars. The heliocentric model instead of the living realm. Endless void instead of intelligent design. And they wrapped it all in a logo that tells us a story without telling the truth. Blue dome, red serpent, white stars, pierced pyramid. All-seeing deception. So the next time you see that NASA logo on a t-shirt, a patch, or a classroom wall, remember you're not looking at a symbol of science. You're looking at a sigil of sorcery, a brand for a modern priesthood that traded robes for lab coats and temples for launch pads. Humanfluence, out.